Hey, what's up? Welcome to episode 2. If you watched episode 1, this is my series about trying to get to a 300 FTP. I'm currently 30 watts away. I'm sitting around 270 and I've been training for around 3 months now. Kind of hit that point now where I am losing motivation. A lot of my riding now comes from trying to hang out with my friends and do more social rides, but at the same time still trying to stay consistent. Behind me I have my bike, indoor trainer setup. Not fun, but here we are. Now I'm at the point where it's all about consistency, staying motivated, and relying on my friends to keep my fitness growing. So let's go. All right, so quick recap. I started the series roughly at 260, and last week I logged around 12 hours with around 211 miles total, and my FTP is still sitting at 269. I did not ride as much as I wanted to. It's been raining a lot. The weather's not great, and it's cold. The sun's also setting early. We're here in San Diego. It's 65 degrees out during the day, which is not terrible, but here we are spoiled. Yeah, let's get into it. November 3rd, beginning of the month, right? Or beginning of the week. So Monday was supposed to be a rest day. And on contrary to what my coach said, I decided to do a 3.5 hour ride, 60 miles. Yeah, TSS kind of high, 300, so I was pretty much at threshold the whole time. That being said, lately I've been getting really good at sitting at threshold. I kind of enjoy it, but not necessarily the most conducive to my training. But yeah, so that was Monday. Right out the gate, started with a banger. Tuesday we had intervals. Kind of fun. It was about an hour and a half. Did it indoors, 2 minutes hard, 270 watts with 2 minutes off at zone 2. So nothing crazy. I feel like these are pretty good. Matt, my coach, he does a lot of these workouts that essentially kind of put me at that line and then just trying to get me comfortable with holding these efforts. And I feel like now whenever I sit and hold like 270 watts, right, like right at my threshold, I get used to it. And I honestly just really focus on my breathing. I know there's like that famous video of like Tadej Pogačar sitting there with his stomach and you can see it inflating and deflating. It's kind of like one of the things I really focus on, especially when I'm indoors. I don't know about you guys, but no matter what I do, my heart rate is through the roof. I could be doing 120 watts and my heart rate's already at 160. So yeah, that's one of the things I like focus on a lot, especially when I'm doing indoor trainings. Wednesday, I was supposed to do a workout and I just wasn't feeling it. So either that or I was really busy. We'll say I was really busy. So Thursday, moved on. Coach said another hour and a half of zone 2. Took care of that. Kept it pretty chill. Just sat indoors and I watched the movie. Nothing crazy. Friday was another ride and honestly, I just couldn't do it. Had a lot of personal stuff going on and I rode for a total of 13 minutes, guys. 0.8 total. Yeah. Saturday, once again, it was another 3 hours. He actually likes to do this workout a lot, which is simply just keep the chain tight. Saturdays on my group rides, we usually ride with Team Best. I actually did 3 hours, total of 55 miles. Kind of met up with Pete and Andrew, two of my really good buddies. It was pretty fun. We smashed for a little bit. I actually went really hard going up Del Dios. I don't know if you guys know where that is. We, I think, averaged 320 watts for the first 5 to 10 minutes. And then after that, it tapered back down and Jason decided to go for an attack. And so, can't let that happen. So I chased him down, and then toward the very end, it's funny, right? Anytime you're on a group ride and there's like the smallest hill, everyone just likes to attack. Yeah, just tend to rip her off the front, and that was actually pretty fun. What was kind of wild, I set a new PR that day. I've been really working on my sprints, which what's kind of nice is I used to race track when I was in high school at the velodrome here at San Diego. And I got pretty good at doing just sprints. The technique, the overall concept of pulling up your pants idea is like you pull your pants and like that's you essentially like pulling on the handlebars and then you step through with the foot that you're going to go through and transfer that power. I don't know. It just clicked in my head and I was able to pull out 1,500 watts this weekend. So new PR for me. Super stoked. Super stoked. Trying to get to 1,600. We'll see how that goes. But last week that just passed, I honestly did not ride, guys. I started raining. I was not motivated. Weather's been cold, and kind of just took a week to not do much. I rode a total of like 2.5 hours. Pretty weak. I am still just trying to battle having fun on the bike instead of it feeling like a chore. But hey, that's what makes, I guess, athletes, is falling in love with the routine. And right now, I think it's just being indoors and the sun setting early is really getting to me. So that's something I'm currently working on. All right, so let's just talk about it. Last 2 weeks, what happened? Recovery rides need to stay easy. Even if I get bored, which is my biggest issue, sometimes just hopping on the trainer and watching a movie still doesn't cut it. I just, don't have fun. So I need to work on that. Yeah, that's going to be my biggest challenge, just trying to hop on Zone 2, get on Zwift, and just spin, right? Nothing crazy. What else? I am honestly pretty dialed in on my nutritioning. I'll explain that a little bit later next week, and I'll talk a little bit more about what my plans look like, what I eat, and how I essentially nutrition on the bike, especially with anywhere between a 12-hour ride and something as short as an hour. I feel pretty solid about that, and trust me, it is not come easy. There's been a lot of learning. I think moving forward, I really want to focus on just riding with my friends. I think right now, especially being on Zwift and then the weather kind of sucking and it getting dark soon. I think I'm gonna try to ride with my friends, do my Saturday morning and then my Sunday morning rides. Luckily, I have someone like B. B's wild. If you ever meet her, she's an awesome person. I love her. She always invites me to Torrey Tuesdays, waking up in the morning and just doing hill repeats at Torrey Pines. Super fun, super chill, but at the same time, it's at 6 a.m. So, yeah. Come on, B. Anyways, almost forgot to say, I registered for a gravel race. So I'm doing gravel and wine this year. Super stoked. I don't remember the course, I think 70 or 60-ish miles with around 7,000 feet of elevation, somewhere around there. I looked at the race profile really quickly and it looked like there was one big hill in the center. So that hopefully will help carry the motivation through this winter. So pretty excited for that. If I want to hit this 300 watts, sleep and recovery, I kind of have to get serious. No more beers, maybe a couple beers, and sticking to my plan. Staying motivated, sticking to my plan. Staying motivated, sticking to my plan. So let's talk about next week and the following week. Aiming for a lot more Zone 2. Like I said, I really struggle with Zone 2. I can't help but get on a bike and want to go hard, especially when I'm with my friends. It's just, we're competitive, makes it fun. So Zone 2, that's my plan. A lot of Zone 2. Also, gonna take my gravel bike out. Pretty stoked. I need to get some new gravel cleats and shoes. The ones I currently have are the Shimano's. They're kind of integrated with a cuff. I don't know how to explain it. Honestly, I really don't like them. Also, I've been riding my gravel bike, the Wahoo Speed Plate Aero pedals. Horrible idea. I've just been too lazy to switch to my Shimano XC pedals. Why? I don't know. Bad idea. Don't do that. But I mean, go ride. Have fun. Gonna do a lot more gravel riding, planning on just doing some chill. I live near the Del Mar Mesa area, so it would be nice to just go up, do a couple spins. I'm trying to get my group together for doing nightly gravel rides. If you have any groups that are around that Carmel Valley area, please let me know, and I'd love to ride with you guys. And lastly, I think just staying consistent. On those days that I don't want to ride, still ride. Find and muster that motivation to just remember why I'm doing this. 300. I am 30 watts away. I can do this. So if you're following my plan and you're following my journey, hit the bell, subscribe, update you guys in the next 2 weeks. And I'll let you guys know how it goes. Thank you.